Welcome back. Prime Minister Modi holds a telephonic conversation with Prime Minister of New Zealand. The two leaders jointly announced a landmark India-New Zealand free trade agreement. Leaders agree that FTA would serve as a catalyst for greater trade, investment, innovation and shared opportunities between both the countries. Leaders also welcome progress in other areas of bilateral cooperation, including defense, sports, education and people-to-people ties. We're joined by Aditya Raj Kaul on this. Aditya, if you could take us through the highlights of this conversation between the two leaders and the significance of the joint announcement of a landmark India-New Zealand free trade agreement.
Well, yes, Radhika, it's a big development coming in between India and New Zealand, also at a time when Trump tariffs have been, creating a lot of havoc across economies globally. Now, Indian Prime Minister and the Prime Minister of New Zealand speaking on phone and announcing the India-New Zealand free trade agreement, which is mutually beneficial, historic and ambitious. Also, what is very interesting about this development is that this was the shortest span that any negotiation took place. The conclusion of the FTA took place in a record time of 9 months, which reflects the shared ambition and political will to do and further deepen ties between the countries. Now, the FTA would significantly deepen bilateral economic engagement, as we know, and enhance market access, promote investment flows, and strengthen strategic cooperation between the two countries, and also open up new opportunities for investors, entrepreneurs, farmers, MSMEs, students and youth of both countries. So it's a very significant development taking shape. Also, as I said, coming at a time when India is trying to diversify trade among different countries. There has been FTA that was signed between India and Oman also very recently. So India really creating not just waves, but trying to create bridges with different countries so that there is ease of trade, there is ease of commerce, and the industries of both these countries also, do not suffer, but instead there is some kind of a mechanism that is adopted that helps the trade. So with a strong and credible foundation provided by the FTA, both leaders expressed confidence in doubling bilateral trade over the next 5 years, as well as the investment of USD 20 billion in India from New Zealand over the next 15 years. So it's a very significant development, and of course, we'll see the official signing ceremony and more details in the days to come. But this will be a single largest step in the last decade between India and New Zealand that will help commerce and trade between the two countries.
And Aditya, how could this act as a catalyst for greater trade and investment between the two countries? And what are some of the major sectors that are expected to benefit from this agreement?
Well, certainly this comes at a time when there has been a shadow of the Trump tariffs all across the globe. There is a disruption that Trump has tried to create ever since he took office for the second time as the US president. And of course, with India also suffering 50% tariffs, there has been a lot of diplomacy and dialogue at play behind closed doors, but there hasn't been an amicable resolution yet between India and United States. There is no trade deal and the tariffs still loom large. At this time, India is trying to, of course, diversify that kind of trade, energy ties and oil also with different countries. As you saw, Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently visiting Jordan, Ethiopia and Oman. India had an FTA with Oman as well. And now a historic FTA being announced with New Zealand, clearly indicating that both the governments are on the same page and want to deepen the bilateral economic engagement and enhance market access for both these countries. So in particular for the farmers of both these countries, the MSMEs, the students and the youth, it will be an incredible opportunity because it's not just about the trade and commerce, it's also about the people-to-people contact, education sector, etc. that is going to benefit. And the leaders also welcome the progress achieved in other areas of bilateral cooperation, such as sports, education, people-to-people ties, and reaffirmed their commitment towards further strengthening the ties.
All right, so historic step forward in strengthening economic engagement between India and New Zealand. Thank you, Aditya, for getting us all of those important details.